Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Mamas Unite. Today I'm going to be making a flower arrangement. I just got all the flowers from Trader Joe's, but you can pick up the flowers at a local flower shop or, grocery store, wherever is most convenient. This arrangement is not particular to any flowers. You can get any flowers you like. I'm just gonna kind of show you how I do it, and it's a perfect gift for Mother's Day or to use as a centerpiece for a holiday or just a special occasion. So really easy to use. I'm gonna go through what you need and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna make my arrangement. Okay everyone, so you don't need too much. I have a paper towel here just to keep things clean. This is a brown paper bag to put all the stems that we are going to cut off the flowers. Then you just need a little vase. I just like to keep my centerpieces kind of short so that I can see across the table, but you can use any vase you'd like. And then here I have a pair of floral scissors. I bought these off of Amazon. I can show you guys the box here. You don't have to have floral scissors. You can just have, just regular scissors, but I do like these. They cut the stems very well. And then you're gonna need duct tape, and I will explain why. Glass of water for the flowers, flower food, which comes when you buy your flowers. And then these are the flowers I bought, and I will go through them and show you and tell you what I got. As I said earlier, all from Trader Joe's. So that's all you need. Super inexpensive and just fun to do. It's just a fun hobby that I have. So we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, everyone. So here we have our vase. And the reason you need tape, you can use floral tape. I just don't have any. So I typically will just use duct tape at home. That is way too short. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna make a grid, like a tic-tac-toe grid, across the top of the vase. So you're just gonna lay the pieces here. We're just gonna make a grid. Does not have to be any certain distance apart. You are just gonna wanna make sure that there is space for, the stems of the flowers to fit in. And it's gonna be like a tic-tac-toe grid. So 2 horizontal and then 2 vertically. So what's nice about doing an arrangement like this is, it takes time to do it. So I know, for instance, like my mom, she really appreciates when I take the time to make something, and most of the things we already have at home, so it makes it even easier. All right, so there's my grid. Clearly, it's not perfect. Does not have to be. And then that's it for the tape. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch the camera angle, and then we'll get started with the flowers. Alrighty, so here are the flowers I got. I just took them out of their packaging and just placed them all in a vase, just to make it easy. If you have a bucket, that would be fine as well. I have my floral scissors. If you are getting any sort of flowers, such as a rose that has a thorn, you can also get those little thorn removers. I don't have those. So I'm just gonna kind of leave the thorns, unless it's a really big one that I can cut off, but other than that, I'm just gonna leave it. And then in terms of the flowers I got, I have some white roses here. I have some Gerber daisies, eucalyptus, and then these are called crasperia, I believe. I just thought these were really pretty. I saw these at Trader Joe's, so I am not a florist by any means. I just kind of pick the flowers that I like and just make an arrangement out of it. And what's nice is these are really pretty colors for spring. During the fall, you can do kind of warmer colors, the dark red roses, and eucalyptus is always pretty, but you can do a lot of greens, a lot of darker colored flowers. So that's why I like to do this, just all the different seasons. So to start off, you're really just gonna start picking flowers, and you're just going to start cutting the stems. you're gonna cut the stems at a 45-degree angle, and that's gonna help the flowers absorb the water better. So because this vase is so short, I'm gonna cut the stems kind of short. And like I said, does not have to be, they don't all have to match or anything like that. You just kind of go through, and it's gonna fall. Like you can kind of see here, they're kind of just falling apart, like falling over in the vase. But once everything comes together, it all kind of just, it just looks pretty. It always looks odd at the end. But I went to, in October, November? I think it was November, before Thanksgiving. I took my mom and my sister, and we went to a flower class where they walked us through how to make arrangements like this. So it was really fun. It was, like I said, right before Thanksgiving. So I got to use that arrangement for my Thanksgiving centerpiece, and it lasted about a week if you water it and put the food in and all of that. So if you haven't taken a class, I would recommend taking one. They're super fun. They had wine and cake pops, and obviously I'm pregnant, so I couldn't drink any wine, but I still had a good time. So I would check one out in your local area if you're interested. But I think these are really nice gifts, housewarming gifts even, but especially for holidays, or I like to do things like this for Mother's Day. So if you're watching this and it's around Mother's Day, your mom will love you. Okay, so there's my Gerber daisies. So as you can see, this one, I feel like on the back, it's a little bit long, so I'm going to cut it shorter. There we go. So that's how those look right now. So I'm then gonna I'm gonna do my greens. I'm gonna do my eucalyptus because there are a lot in here. So same kind of thing. You're just gonna cut 45-degree angle. And the greens are kind of the filler, so you're gonna have to kind of play around with how you want to fill the vase. But like I said, at the end, it will all come together. It always is really pretty. And this is also very therapeutic. So I'm not into, like, I don't really do gardening or anything like that outdoors, but this is something that, there's something about having fresh flowers around. As you can see back here, I have my orchid. I've had my orchid for a couple years, and it's still blooming. But I have to give credit to my husband because he's really the one who remembers to water the plants. So when I make an arrangement, I remember to water the plants because I'm the one who made it. So, all right, so this guy's a little bit wonky. So we're gonna cut the bottom off. Just gonna cut this whole stem here. There we go. And then we'll go this way. Like this. Perfect. And I know you guys probably can't see, but I'm fitting all of these pieces in the spaces of that grid. So that was the purpose of the grid, was to, I can grab the camera too. You see, it's to place the flowers. So it helps keep the flowers from just kind of falling everywhere. It gives it a little bit more support. If you do use floral tape is thinner, so you can make more of a grid. You don't have to just do the 4 like I did, like the tic-tac-toe. You can do a different design. So because Scotch tape is just a little bit thicker, it kind of limits how many pieces of the grid. Okay. And what's nice about this too is, like, as you can see here, all my eucalyptus is tending to hang, and then I have my Gerber daisies over here. So you can move things, like you can just pick one up here, a eucalyptus. Let's just take this one out, wedge it out of there, and we're gonna scoot that guy over here, just to kind of even it out. There we go. What was really cool too about the flower class is, you know, we all started off with the same flowers, but everybody had a different arrangement. That it was just so cool to see how everyone's turned out in the end. So that was really fun. All right, we got one more eucalyptus here, so we'll stick this guy over here. All right. So that is how we're looking so far, and I'll keep playing around with it. We still have our roses and our casperia, so we'll go ahead. I have never really I've seen them, but I've never bought my own. So when I saw these, I just thought, oh my gosh, okay, they're yellow and with the orange. So fun for spring. Right now it is spring. So this one I cut kind of short. So this one these ones I might keep different lengths. So let's do this one a little bit longer. See how it turns out. See, I told you I'm no florist. I'm throwing flowers left and right. Okay. So this one we'll put here. There we go. That's pretty. Okay. Yeah, yesterday when I went to Trader Joe's, it's the day before a holiday, so it was a madhouse. And a lot of the flowers were actually picked over because Trader Joe's just has so many pretty flowers, so many options. They had a lot of already made arrangements, but it's always nice to support your local florist too. So if you have a flower shop near you, you can always go to that shop. But Trader Joe's for me is just the most convenient, especially being that I'm 7 months pregnant, so I don't really want to be running around in the car for too long. But yeah, I think in total for all of these flowers it was $24. So, and then the vase you have probably at your house, so that doesn't cost anything. And then flower food comes with the flowers, so you don't have to pay for that. And then you get the water from your house. So all in all, I mean, this is a very inexpensive, thoughtful gift. So I hope you guys try it out. If not, just keep it for yourself in your own house. It's so fun. Okay, so that's how we're looking so far. My Gerber daisies, I think we need to play around with these because I feel like they're all being hidden by my eucalyptus here. My eucalyptus is just, might have to cut the eucalyptus a little bit shorter. We'll see. All right. Move my water here. Okay. And then my asperia here is fallen. So, like I said, you can always move around your flowers to make it kind of how you want it to look. We still have all of our roses, so let's do the roses first, and then we will go back and then we can rearrange at the end. So, okay, with the roses, you want to be careful because they do have thorns. So I don't have a thorn cutter, so just be careful. If you do have the thorn remover, what you would do is you would hold the flower up the top and you would pull the thorn remover down. So these actually look like some of them might have already been removed, so that's nice. Less chance of poking myself. Okay. When I went to my flower little party in November, I'll try to post a picture of what my arrangement looked like. It was really pretty. They had red roses, there were tulips, the St. John's wort, those little berries. It was really pretty. So you can just go based on the season, just kind of what you feel like. Or if you have a garden, just go out in your own garden and pick some flowers out of there and just put them in your house. It's always nice to have some fresh greenery in the house. So these do have thorns, so I'm just being really careful not to poke myself too bad. And then when the vase starts getting really full like this, you start to have a hard time finding the grid. So you have to kind of push the plants around to get the flowers in there. Make sure you're pushing them down all the way, because we still have to pour the water and do the food. So you're gonna wanna make sure that all of the bottom of the stems is getting some water and nutrients. Okay, so let's see, this one's looking a little wonky, so we might fix that guy. Just stick this one over here. Perfect. All right, this one I'm gonna cut a little bit shorter. He's just hanging a little too long. This one's actually got a little bit of a, I don't know if you can see him. He's a little lopsided. It looks like the stem snapped. So I don't know how long this little guy will live, but hopefully, we'll see. We'll see how we do. Okay. Put that away. Okay. Perfect. Okay, we're doing good. So as you can see, it doesn't take very long to make. They are relatively fast. And then if you don't want these extra little leaves, you can just cut those off if you want to keep the stem. Perfect. Okay. Awesome. This is something that I would like to do more often, especially when my daughter is born. It would be fun to do with her, kind of make it a little tradition or something like that. Who knows, maybe my son will like it too. Being that I live in Southern California, you know, typically we don't get a lot of rain. This year we've been hit with rain a lot. So we actually have, I mean, the trees are actually blooming and the hills on the freeway are green. It's strange as a Californian to see. But if you have, if you live in California and you have any sort of garden, I'm sure it is just thriving. I don't know how much rain, I don't know if that will get much left, but we've had this year, it's been nice. We've had a ton of rain. It's almost becoming normal, which is strange because being from California, we never get rain. All right, so this is getting super full. So I still have 2 more roses, and then I have some eucalyptus I still want to try to squeeze in. So I literally can't really see my grid at this point. So I'm probably going to put them on the ends where I can see. And then after this last one here, we can rearrange if we need to. All right, let's do one more. Okay. Let's see, I have a lot of roses here. On this side, let's do it over here. This one's right here is looking a little bit bare with the roses. So squeeze that guy in here. Okay. All right. And then toss all this. Okay. So I do have a few more little eucalyptus that I would like to use. So I'm gonna just cut here. gonna just cut them first and then I'll place them. I love eucalyptus. I don't want to waste any of it. Okay. There we go. Okay. So for this, let's try to put some over here. Okay. That one's hanging a little funny. This one I might have to toss. I hate saying that, but sometimes they just don't all work. Okay, let's put this one here. Let's see how this one sits. I want it to sit up as straight as possible. Okay, that one works well. And then got one more here. So I'm gonna try to put this one over here. Okay, perfect. Okay, so here's my arrangement thus far. So I'm loving it, but over here, we don't have any eucalyptus, it looks like. So it just looks a little sparse. So I'm gonna take one out and I'm gonna see if I can rearrange it a tad. If not, I'm not gonna ruin like the whole thing. So we're gonna just see how it looks. Okay, just gotta wedge it out. Okay, there we go. Make sure all these are pushed in. As you can see, they were kind of removed a little bit. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna put this one. I love how this one is tall. I wish more of them were like that. I just wonder if I should put it in the middle. Maybe not, maybe keep it on the end, just keep it more symmetrical. So let's try it over here a little bit more. Okay, that one's a little bit better. Okay, so I think I'm gonna move this Gerber daisy here. I want you guys to be able to see. I'm gonna try to put it here. A little bit more in the center. There we go. I just kind of want the roses and the Gerber daisies interspersed and not so clumped together. So I'm gonna take this one. I have one on the end here. I'm gonna take the Gerber daisy. I'm gonna put it right here in the center. There we go. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, we have a lot of white roses going on over here. So I'm gonna take, I think I wanna take one more. Maybe not though, maybe I just leave it. Okay, so but if you see, the eucalyptus is tall over here and it's short over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a swap. So I'm gonna take this guy out. Eucalyptus was one of the first I put in, so it's really intertwined. Okay, so for that, it's not wanting to come out, and I know if I wedge it out, it's gonna pull up so many flowers, and then those flowers won't be hitting the water. So, okay, so maybe I will leave it. I do want to see if I can get these guys just to sit a little bit higher. So for that, I'm just gonna kind of move the leaves kind of around the roses like that. There we go. This one I'm gonna move, I think, a little bit more in the center to give it a little bit more height, like that. Okay, I think I'm just about done. Want some of these up here. There we go. And then we got these are hiding, so I'm gonna put these kind of more in the center. There we go. All right, guys. So there is my arrangement. really fun, very simple, very thoughtful, inexpensive, love it all. So now that you have your arrangement done, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna add your flour, food, and your water. So I've got the flour food here. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. And what you can always do too is add the flour food first. Makes it a little bit easier to access. All right, so there's the flour food. Just making sure it goes inside. There we go. All right. In hindsight, I probably should have put that in first, but a lot of things these days I blame on pregnancy brain, so. Okay, now we'll do the water. With the water, you just wanna make sure that you don't overflow the vase. So you're just gonna pour it gently in there and try not to spill everywhere. So I'm gonna hold it up here in the back and I'm gonna pour the water in. Okay guys, so I ended up putting the water in off camera so the vase is nice and full. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a close-up of what the arrangement looks like. And here it is from the top view. The eucalyptus, casperia, roses, Gerber daisies. And then if I come down here, that's what it looks like. You see the ring light in the back. That's what it looks like. So super pretty. It's gonna be beautiful as a centerpiece, Mother's Day gift, whatever you guys decide to do. But thank you guys so much for watching and making this flower arrangement with me. I hope you had fun, learned something, maybe think about giving this as a gift to someone you love, or just to have around in the house. So thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next video.